Today, we wrap up our Scary Tales triple feature with Guillermo del Toro's war-torn journey through the horrors of fascism. The pale man sees you, but fantasy frees you, and it turns out that the real monsters are the fascist fuckheads we met along the way, as we travel back to Francoist Spain in 1944 to meet Captain Vidal in a fairy-filled forest in Pan's Labyrinth.
You're listening to How I Met Your Monster, a podcast that explores the introductions to your favorite movie monsters. My name's Zach.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Casey.
And together we dive into the world of horror to find out how filmmakers have introduced us to our favorite monsters time and time again. This is How I Met Your Monster. Welcome to How I Met Your Monster, the show where we discuss the introductions to your favorite movie monsters. Today is the end of our Scary Tales triple feature. We're doing Pan's Labyrinth. Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Everyone knows that every fantasy story ends with Pan's Labyrinth.
That's right.
Every fantasy.
Every fantasy
That's
story.
the new dinosaur in the new Jurassic Park movie, Fantasaur.
Ends with a child who thinks that she's going to live in a kingdom forever, but in reality, she's just dying. Womp womp.
Oh my God. Or did she? We'll get into it.
Or did she? Yeah.
She did.
I think there's something to be said for Guillermo del Toro and the type and the way he sees the world. I think,
Sure, but I think she was using that as a coping mechanism. But all right.
100%. But I think there's an argument to be made that Guillermo del Toro can have you walk out with a literal. I think it can mean both. I think.
Yeah, I definitely think there's two ways you could read this movie, but we will get into it. Before we get started on this episode, if you can't tell, I am a bit under the weather today, so I'm going to try to get through this without dying.
Uh-oh. Do you have honey? Honey helps your throat. Do you like tea?
I don't like, I'm drinking tea right now. I don't like honey though.
I don't really think that's the important part, but okay. Okay.
You could listen to Mariah Carey's Honey.
That would work.
I've heard that also has
healing properties.
Okay, guys. I saw Bone Temple last night or yesterday in the afternoon, and I stopped and I got some cough drops so that I wouldn't cough during the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were medicated, and I was just like popping them one after the other. I ate like 7 of them.
Were you high as shit or what?
And I walked out of the movie, and like our movie theater's in the mall. And so I'm like walking through the mall, and I'm like, why do I just feel off. This is weird. And then I'm like driving lately. I'm driving home and I'm like, I just feel weird. I don't feel like I'm like.
Zach says he's driving home, but he's still in the parking lot. Turning the steering wheel.
And then I look at the bag that's sitting on the seat of the car, and it said, take 2 and then wait 2 hours before you take more. And I ate like 7 of them as I was watching the movie. How about I take 7
and wait 5 minutes until the next one?
Did you like the movie?
I did like it. Yeah, overall. All right. I do want to take a moment to thank all of our listeners out there.
Thank you.
Either new listeners, old listeners, like
age old.
That you've been listening for a long time. Not that you're like an old person.
Zach does not want older people listening to this podcast.
So I was going to say, well, we thank
if you're an older listener, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I only thank the old, like the seasoned listeners, not the old listeners. Like,
not the
and you
old
mean
age.
people who have food seasoning covering them.
That's right. You need to be seasoned. You need to season yourself. What the fuck are we talking about?
We don't just like people. We like paprika.
Whether you listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, anywhere you listen to it, on YouTube, thank you for supporting our show. Thank you to all of our Patreon subscribers and members. We really appreciate you. We appreciate the support, and look for some changes coming to Patreon very soon.
Wow. Good or bad?
Good. I think they're good. They're good.
I think they're
good
good
opportunities for new listeners and new subscribers.
You might even improvements.
Improvements. Yeah, that's a better way to say it than
Patreon, new and improved.
Patreon.com/How I Met Your Monster.
Yes.
See you there. It might be porn.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about Pan's Labyrinth. This movie was nominated for 6 Oscars.
It won
Yeah.
3. I remember at the time I wasn't mad, but I remember Children of Men lost, and I thought in terms of cinematography that was just like it blew my mind. But looking back, I'm like,
In
it's a
retrospect,
fair
yeah.
fight. I mean, this movie's beautiful in its own way.
Yeah. Yeah. One for cinematography, art direction, and makeup. And then it was nominated but didn't win for screenplay, score, and best foreign language film.
What did win best foreign language film that year? I want to know that.
Yeah, what was that? 2006? Was that The Lives of Others? Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, talk about, oh my God, monsters. Holy Patutskis. I guess it would have been, so it's 2006, so it would be the 2007 awards. So it was Lives of Others.
Okay.
Anyway,
The
sorry.
Lives of Others. Yeah. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Pan's Labyrinth,
We are.
which is so good.
It's so good.
I saw it I didn't see it when it came out. I probably saw it maybe 10 years ago. And I liked it, but I was like, okay, like it was fine.
Yeah.
But when I watched it 2 nights ago, I can like confidently say like, I fucking love this movie.
Yeah.
It is so good. And I don't know like if it was like one, because I didn't have a daughter back then and now I'm a parent. So it hits a little different.
Yeah.
2, what's happening like in America right now is also kind of like this movie hits very close to home.
Oh yeah, I made a clear note about that, how fucked up that is. Yeah.
So it could be those things that are or doing it, or maybe because I've seen like I've learned more about Guillermo del Toro over the last like year or so of this show, like us doing his movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know, but whatever the reason was, I absolutely loved it this time around. It's so beautiful and devastating at the same time. It's just, I don't know how he does it. It's
because you've had, I wouldn't go so far as to say you were cold on Guillermo del Toro, but you've had, you always say like, there's always something like a barrier. Would you say you had that with this one, or is this like the one that kind of,
like a lot of his other ones, I've mentioned this before where it's like, I love the idea of his movies. Like I get so excited by how excited he is about filmmaking and like all the like just the incredible artist that he is. But there's always like something that I feel like doesn't connect for me.
Sure.
I always find myself like really engaged like at the first bit of his films, and then like towards the second half or whatever, I always like find myself like trailing off.
Yeah.
But, for whatever
Not this
reason,
one.
I don't know, but this one, it's so good.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you first see it, Casey?
I first saw it very shortly after it came out, and I haven't watched it since then. And same with you. I remembered liking it because, I love fantasy and stuff like that. But I don't think that I quite grasped or cared maybe about the story, like, because I remembered the makeup, obviously, and I remembered like the fantasy characters and the fantasy elements of it, but I didn't remember what the story was until watching it again this time. And yeah, I think that it's partially just age too, because, I don't have a daughter, but it was pretty devastating, because now I fully understand these things and,
Unfortunately.
But yes, I also loved it.
Yeah, when I saw it in theaters, and I was a senior in high school, and I was such like a little, I like wanted so bad to just be like a film school, like savant, like I know film. And so I would always like try to invite friends to see movies that like were playing at a smaller theater. And I thought it was so cool. And that was like my identity. And I took them all to see this movie. And when we got to the theater, my friends were like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This is like subtitles. I don't want to do this." Like, what is this? Danny's always dragging me to this like shit. And we see it. And then a friend of mine comes up to me and he's like all dry. He's like, "You have to say, yeah, that was a really good movie. I'm glad you actually do pick really good movies."
Yeah. And then you're like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And it was like such a moment for me, like where I was like, "Oh, it's me. I did it. It's my identity is official." Looking back, it's like so cringy. I was probably so annoying. Like, Danny, just go see. Don't drag your friends to see a movie that they're clearly not interested in.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you walked away with your chest out a little bit.
Yes.
Your
I didn't even know what the movie was. Did I understand? No, I was just proud. I left with pride. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you definitely, it's a real bummer because there are, you mentioned, both of you, kind of just how relevant the movie is, which seems insane in 2026. This movie came out.
But how did that happen?
Yeah, I know. This movie came out exactly, not to the day, but 20 years ago. Yeah, like little, not little things. I just mean like specific things, not just like the idea of fascism and power tripping, but even like the way that they treat women in the movie and how it's kind of just like, that's just default. Like, that's just what you do. And all the way down to like they don't specifically talk about abortion or, choice versus, pro-life, pro-choice or anything. But they specifically call out the fact, like, if there's a risk, save the baby, kill the mother.
Well, yeah.
And it's just sort of like, I don't know.
Was just to have his child.
Yeah. And
yeah, he just wanted
to so much. Yeah. Like the dialogue that we're insanely dealing with.
Well, yeah.
In 2026.
When Mercedes says she could get away with it because she was a woman, because he just didn't think she was capable of it.
Yep.
So,
and it's just so sad. And like it does leave you with, because Guillermo del Toro is good at sort of, it's not that his movies are cold. It's the topics that he's covering are very cold. And then he sort of like puts it through the lens of fantasy to sort of like help you swallow it.
Have you guys seen The Devil's Backbone?
Yeah.
Because this is
very similar.
Very similar. I mean, that takes place in Spain.
Yeah.
The last year of the Spanish Civil War. So 1939, I think. The last year. And yeah, it's still same. I mean, it's paranormal, not fantasy necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, but
it's very much like he had, because I think he had already done Blade 2. I was thinking he went from Devil's Backbone to this, but he did Mimic, then Devil's Backbone.
I think so.
Then Blade 2. Then
yeah.
Dude, I just watched Blade 2.
Yeah.
It was
it's a trip.
It's not that bad.
No, it's fun. I remember, I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being fun.
There's a cool like a needle drop, just like in the first one when he's about to fight all the bad guys at the end. It's it's like in the same spot in like time wise in the movie. Format. Follows the same format as the first one.
That's funny.
Like right before he's about to fight the bad guy at the end, like he has to fight a group of thugs. Yeah. And there's a needle drop and everything, and it's funny.
If you like,
he did. I'm sorry, Danny.
No,
I just wanted to clarify on the filmography here. He did Kronos, then Mimic, then Devil's Backbone, then Blade 2, then Hellboy, then
Hellboy. That's right. Was that 2004? So that would have been like a couple years before. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm sorry, Guillermo.
You were very close, Danny.
Hellboy's his baby. If you haven't seen Devil's Backbone, and this is to Zach, you and just the listeners, it's a really good, I mean, it's heavy. It's similar to, it's very Pan's Labyrinth-y in terms of like, if you're going to compare it to like his other movies, more Pan's Labyrinth than Hellboy. Like war-torn country, sort of like the horrors of war, the consequences of war. And
so like Pacific Rim.
Yeah, like specifically the finale. But yeah, it's like Casey said, it's more of it's a ghost story as opposed to a fantasy story, like a fantasy fairy tale story.
Yeah, which could be, paranormal.
I know. I feel like ghosts are technically part of fairy tales, but yeah, love Pan's Labyrinth. Hate that these stories need to be told, but glad that they're here when they need to be told. I wasn't when we were choosing these movies, I wasn't conscious of that, I guess. I was just like, oh, if we're going to do fairy tale horror movies, like gotta do Pan's Labyrinth. But I was thinking about
fascism taking its grip on America.
No, I do. I like to just, if you don't think about it, it's like it's not happening. And that's how I go through life. God. If it's not happening directly to me, I'm fine. No, I kid. But no, very glad we did it.
All right. Well, should we get into the meat and bones of this? Meat and bones? Bones and... Should we get...
I believe the word you're looking for is potatoes.
Meat and potatoes. I've had too many of these fucking cough drops already.
Zach's tripping balls right now.
Have a few more.
It's kind of hilarious.
Should we get into the fucking meat and potatoes of this?
Yes, but don't eat them. Otherwise, the pale man will come for you.
Dude. Like, why would she eat a fucking grape?
I know.
Oh,
That's what, out of all the shit on that table, I'm like, you're going to pick a fucking grape, dude?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you could eat a nice like turkey leg and then use the bone as a weapon at the very
As a
least.
weapon, yes,
Putting up a
exactly.
grape seed.
Right.
Yeah.
And she had like fucking not one, not two, but 3 fairies telling her like, stop it.
Yeah.
She's like, they were like,
Kids
girl.
do dumb things.
Yeah.
Kids don't
Mhm.
listen and they do stupid things. They don't understand the consequences quite yet, you know.
But I did see like there, like I didn't pick up on it in the movie, but there's like a parallel between like the banquet table with the pale man where he's like sitting at the end, and the banquet table in the house with the captain sitting at the end.
And then the rations, the food. And, we'll get to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to Spain in 1944.
We're on the good guy side, though. We're in the woods with the freedom fighters.
Yeah.
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
What don't you know?
I hate camping. Hate camping.
I hate camping. Do you want to save the world and fight fascism? I'm not the biggest fan of camping.
They have beds in the house.
There. Touche. Yeah, it's like they're like the simplest, the smallest little like breadcrumb or morsel of comfort in case it's like, let's go. They're like, you get a little piece of bread. I support the fascist regime. Let's do it.
Oh my God. Let's get into the Labyrinth. Okay, so for Pan's Labyrinth, we have 7 official monster reveals. If you're new to the show, a monster reveal is any time that the monster is revealed to us as an audience or to a character in the movie. We've counted 7 of them in this movie. And in this movie, we also included just like otherworldly creatures, not necessarily like monsters, like bad guys, but they're like, we'll just call them creatures. So
I would say they're monsters by definition, but not monsters like as in the antagonist of the film.
Exactly.
Sort of like, sort of like how Frankenstein's monster is just
he's a good guy.
Speaking of Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of also that, but different, I watched The Curse of Frankenstein the other day.
With
from 1957.
The Hammer horror one.
Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee was Frankenstein.
And I watched Lord of the Rings yesterday.
With Christopher Lee.
The Fellowship with Chris.
Wow. Now, if only Christopher Lee was in Pan's Labyrinth, this would all come together.
I know.
I see the wheels turning.
I know. I'm like trying to think like Cushing. I'm sure the chairs had cushions. Oh. So he was there in spirit.
Yeah.
Under their butts.
He's at my house in spirit too.
Well, Danny, while you're trying to figure that out, why don't you go ahead and read the synopsis of Pan's Labyrinth?
So simultaneously.
Since this was your pick for our Scary Tales triple feature.
In 1944 Spain, a girl is sent to live with her ruthless stepfather. During the night, she meets a fairy who takes her to an old faun. He tells her she's a princess, but must prove her royalty by surviving 3 gruesome tasks. Guys, you don't just have to beat for beat tell. We need a little more fluidity in these IMDb synopses.
A little subtlety in that.
Yeah. And then she did this, and then she went here, and then he said that, and then that's not a plot.
I don't think it's bad.
Oh, Casey's a fan.
Yeah.
I didn't say I was a fan. I'm not a writer, so it's fine to me.
Let's see what sometimes we read or we used to read the Amazon ones. Let's see what Amazon said.
You know what we should start doing? We should check out Letterboxd. Maybe Letterboxd is the modern version of this.
Let's see what Amazon has to say. It says, in a dark time for a young girl, Spain and the entire world, the haunting fantasies within her mind merge into reality, giving birth to a land of fantastical creatures and secret destinies.
I love it.
There you go, Dan.
I like that. Yeah. I was going to read the Letterbox one, but it's like a book. So
Oh,
I'm going to save you from that. Spare you the.
yeah.
Oh, but I do like the tagline here. Innocence has a power evil cannot imagine.
Oh, okay.
I like that quite a bit, actually.
Danny, you know a lot about, you're an innocent. You know all about that.
That's how I introduce myself to people. Like, hey, I'm Danny Slime. I'm an innocent. They're like, oh.
Is that on your Grindr profile?
Yeah. I'm just an innocent boy. I'm like, oh, we've done The Innocents.
We have.
Also, creepy movie, like subtextually really dark movie, if I remember correctly. Deborah Kerr.
Deborah Kerr.
Deborah Kerr.
Deborah Kerr.
Deborah Kerr. Starring Deborah Kerr. Deborah Kerr. Deborah Cushing. Peter Cushing. There it is. No, it's not. That's not. There it is. I can't just say that.
Oh, Danny.
Fantasy, guys. Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth.
All right, so we've made it. We've made it to the captain's house in our little horse and buggy.
Yes. I love it. We're in a horse and buggy, but everyone else is driving a car.
That is true.
They got there like days before us. We're just
wait. Why are we in a horse? What are you guys talking about? Horse and buggies?
Were they not in a horse and buggy?
No, they were in a car. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Zach, we were in the horse and buggy.
We're in a horse and buggy.
We got, by the time we get here, it's after the events. That's why we're able to discuss every detail.
Right.
We're like,
we found all the dead bodies. And
yeah. We're like, whoops, we're late.
My bad, guys. My bad. I didn't mean to order the Uber horse and buggy. That's on me.
All right. So our first reveal is Ofelia is our main character, and her mom Carmen arrive at this homestead, I guess.
Yeah.
And meet the captain. Captain Vidal Sassoon.
Oh, yes. Ofelia
gorgeous.
is the name of my car.
And Carmen is in San Diego. Stupid. Just wanted to feel relevant.
I thought you were going to say Carmen.
Oh,
it's the name of my
I
Carmen.
love a car man. We didn't have a car man in our buggy because it was a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Oh, fascism. That's a great segue.
Are we just like having fun trying to avoid the really serious conversations we're going to have?
Not unlike Ofelia, like kind of leaning into the fantasy to escape the horrors of fascism.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, there is something to be said for escapism, and I would argue escapism is not the same as avoidance. I think, or denial. You know, I don't think we're denying the existence of fascism, but it's healthy to have a sense of escapism, I think.
Yeah.
And Guillermo del Toro, I think, is like the main guy in terms of like in that department.
Yeah.
Totally.
In terms of the stories he tells.
And he loves his bugs.
So Vidal Sassoon, was he a fascist? He does love his bugs.
He did. Yeah. He loves his bugs because on the way to meeting him, Ofelia meets this little stick bug. And we'll talk about him later because he's not all that he cracks up to be. That's not what I mean. He's not what he seems to be. That's better.
And listeners, if this is your first Guillermo del Toro movie, he definitely, he's a friend of the quote unquote monsters, the non-human folk, the bug community.
He loves human-sized cockroaches. So.
I thought you were going to say something else. No, but like this is it's a trend in a Guillermo del Toro movie where maybe the more classically monstrous looking characters tend to be the most not evil, not fascist. Right. It's the humans.
Yeah.
And he even goes so far as to give them like a physical transformation to sort of give them like a grotesque appearance. Like I think of this, obviously at the end, spoiler alert, when he gets his face mangled. Mm-hmm. And then in spoiler alert, in Shape of Water, there's a character
Oh.
who...
I've never seen it either.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. But now after watching this one, I was like, nah, I need to see Shape of Water.
Oh, you got to watch Shape of Water. Yeah.
So don't.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Actually, there's no plot. So no spoilers. Nothing happens.
Nothing to spoil here.
No.
Good. We're moving on.
Moving on.
Danny. I know you're making a point.
Oh, I was just going to... Well, we don't get a lot of context about the character. But
we know he's we know who he is.
Yeah.
Like we know from the opening line here. It says the Civil War is over. Hidden in the mountains, armed men are still fighting the new fascist regime.
Right.
And so when we see this guy for the first time, we know who he is.
Yeah.
And even like the mom is like, when we get there, when we meet the captain, you're going to call him father.
Yeah.
And then she says she's like, it's just a word.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you.
There's an interesting thing about legacy in this movie. And they kind of, Captain Vidal is really interesting because he has that whole thing with his watch where they say that his dad, when he died on the battlefield, he broke his stopwatch so that his son would know when he died. So there's this whole like obsession with like being like his father, who was probably just another fucking fascist evil dude like him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of contrast that with Ophelia's real father, who we don't know, who died, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like, do we find out how he died? Was he like a freedom fighter kind of guy, or?
Well, they said that he was making, Carmen at the dinner table says that he would make the captain's outfits, his uniform.
Okay.
And then they said he died. So like, I don't know if that like.
So, okay. So they clearly were sort of like Mercedes, like you kind of have to do what you have to do. Maybe he was undercover, maybe he wasn't.
Right.
But he clearly he's clearly a good dude because he sort of symbolizes like the best part of legacy for someone like Ofelia, which is like good tradition, positive tradition, doing what you have to do to survive and being a good person while you're doing it. Because he's like obsessed with just, I don't know, like it's interesting because there is a weird, and I think that's just a testament to Guillermo del Toro being a good writer. There is a tenderness to him in terms of like the way he perceives family. Like, villains don't know they're villains. They think they're doing the right thing, no matter how wrong they are. And in his mind, he's following this tradition, like generational trauma and violence and like what it means to be a man. Mm-hmm. He's just kind of doing what he was taught, which is very, fascist. It's like the idea of like goose stepping your way through life, essentially. So it's not that he's a tragic character by any means. He's a straight up fucking monster. But it's sad, but he like represents how sad it is, how easy it is for someone to follow in those footsteps because of something like just generational shit and inheriting this identity, whether it's good or bad, because as far as he knows, it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. But also you could argue like that's like bullshit. It's just like a guise for like, he's just a horrible person. It's an obsession with power.
Like, and I mean, like, you're just saying that like he is the way he is because that's the way his dad treated him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I think that's just like representing how easy it is for people to fall in line with a regime like this. You know, it's just another form. Because
he's not trying to like. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm just like, he's like just obsessed with this legacy. Like at the end, like the only thing that matters, and I'm jumping right to the end, like he literally leaves the fight so that he can go get his son, who he doesn't really care. Yeah, it's just for the legacy. It's not, it's like, I have to make sure I pass down this like ideal to the next generation. And it's like, not, like the fact that he walks away from it and then that's what they take away from him in the end. Like, he'll never know your name. Like, boom. Like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's still not, I don't know. People are weird about that kind of stuff. Like the brewer name dies with my brother. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't think my dad cares, but there are some families that like feel weird about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the good thing is like your family wouldn't be kind of perpetuating anything even remotely close to this. So
No.
it's the good thing is like, at least you're not like, yeah. Yeah. Like if it doesn't continue or if it does, it wouldn't be kind of feeding into something like
No,
into
of
this
course not.
institution, which is.
But I just
a
mean
good thing.
in general, people are weird about their names
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he doesn't care about his dad because
No, he just wants to. Yeah.
because like the dad was like, I broke my watch so that my son would know what time I died. And then the dude is fixing the watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just like, maybe that's like something to do with his ego, where he saw the value in what his dad did, but he could give a fuck that his dad did it. He wants that, you know, he wants to be remembered as like this important man.
Yeah, but is the reason that he's so obsessed with time because of that?
Yeah,
Because
there's got to
you
be
know what I mean?
something. Yeah.
Because he's always
maybe it's
looking
just-
at his watch and always count, you know, oh, 3 minutes late, oh, 5 minutes late. You know what I mean?
Is it a visual for history repeating itself? Like he's literally fixing the watch that was like existed in that time that represented like the end of his father died, and yet it still continued with him. So he's like literally fixing the watch. And then like kind of it's that perpetuation of evil kind of, or I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I feel like there's like a literal like the idea. Yeah. Like to your point, like there's the symbolism of a stopwatch being fixed to represent only then like his whole intention is like, he's having that watch, like just in case I die, I just want to make sure that like my memory is remembered. And I was like,
That I can break it when I'm dead.
I was such a hero. Like I'm going to be part of history, which is all ego. Like he's really adding nothing, like nothing it's not like, even if he wanted to be like the best, remembered as like the best fascist, he's not any different than any of the others. You know what I mean? He doesn't like bring something new to the table. He's just the same. So it's not about identity. It's just about ego.
I'm the best fascist.
That was the original title for the movie.
The best fascist.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's also like, he's such a good, I mean, that's just, again, good writing. You have him as the villain, and then you have someone like Ofelia, who we know represents innocence. And then they really hammer it home later with the whole, like the blood of an innocent.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah. Oh God, it's so easy to jump around in this movie. It's like the last like line in the movie is, you know, these symbols are here in the world for people who are able to like look for it. You know, and like you could take that on a literal front of fantasy, but also just like there's good in the world. There's something worth fighting for. You don't have to just adhere to these regimes just because they exist. You can actually carve a path that you know is just inherently based out of goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's this line that I think really kind of feeds into what we were saying about legacy and like generational stuff and just like that journey. And when the mom says to Ofelia, when you're older, you'll realize it was hard for me too. So it kind of plays into how good the mom is too as a person, where she was able to protect Ophelia's innocence through all this.
Yeah.
You know, by not showing how traumatized she was.
Yeah.
It just broke my heart.
Reminds me of my mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to unpack that?
Not really. I mean, it doesn't like affect me now, but you know, like I know that I was a kid, so I didn't fully understand the scope of things when I was a child. But looking back, like, man, I know my mom had a really fucking rough time. You know, like, oh yeah. And she always pretended that everything was okay. But my mom made like $9 an hour raising 2 children as a single mother with a dad that like literally wasn't around. You know what I mean? When I say single mom, I mean like dad wasn't.
Yeah, he was in fucking Florida mowing the lawn without his shirt on.
Without shirt on.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
So like, you know,
I met Casey's dad once, and he was in Florida mowing the lawn on a riding lawnmower without his shirt on. And so every time she mentions her dad, that's what I picture. And I guess he hasn't lived there in like 20 years or something like that.
The smell of freshly cut grass enters my mind, and
but
the shirt is gone.
But yeah, and my mom did, like, I don't know. It's just, we didn't have much. And, I know she probably did some things that she probably didn't want to do, but she had to because,
Got to take care of those kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a testament to the goodness that Guillermo del Toro sees in the world, that like, no matter what, like, I mean, how many movies have we seen where it's like, like the classic Shawshank Redemption thing of like, there's always hope. You have to hold on to it. Lord of the Rings, like after this, the darkness and then the sun will rise, yada, yada, yada. Like it's always seems so, or not always, but it can seem sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Where like, this isn't the word I was looking for, but it just seems like something that's so far out of reach that like, why put energy into it? And then you realize that people, like your mom in this case, or Ophelia's mom, like they are putting energy into it in the way that they can. Like that's the power that they hold, is making sure that the next generation sees that it is possible. It is, you don't have to falter completely. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
It's beautiful.
Damn.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Man, I'm just picturing fucking
John.
Casey's dad's big belly.
Zach's getting bigger. He's getting like what do you call it? Jump scares. Like it's like flashes like in a movie where it's just like it's like a shot of like the grass being cut. It's a shot of him mowing. It's like zooming by on the lawnmower.
All right, let's jump to our second reveal. This is Captain Vidal Sassoon.
Thank God we're talking about him again.
Where he meets the
ray of light.
The rabbit farmers.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, they were just fucking hunting rabbits.
I know, and I love that he blames it on his men.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you got to check their stuff better before you come get me, because he couldn't be bothered to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, so gross.
And like I want to know how big that fucking bag was that he pulled out so much shit before he got to a fucking rabbit.
Yeah.
Just pulls out a full moose. He's like, we were moose hunting. I'm like, oh yeah. You're like, there was a full moose in here.
I'd love if it pulled back and it wasn't a bag, it was a magician's hat. He like pulls the fucking.
Or what if it was just a giant bag that was shaped as a moose? Like there was literally a whole moose in there.
Like for each leg and the antlers.
Yep.
That's funny.
Like you guys really need to check their things before you come get me. How was I supposed to know there was a moose in there?
But yeah, this reveal really like solidifies how fucking brutal he is.
Yeah.
He just has
also how brutal Del Toro is, because the thing I think that's so great about him as a filmmaker is he's not afraid of showing you and kind of lingering on something that is physically distressing.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, like we get it. Like we all know, we've all taken history classes and read books about, how terrible it was during these times. And when I say these times, I'm referring to 2026. To just, I don't know, like, oh God. And like the having the father watch his son killed in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then to kill him. And then the button of it all is that they actually were hunting rabbits. It's just like, you feel your like soul just kind of leaving your body a little bit.
Oh, totally.
You can see, he like reminds you like, yeah, it is really easy to lose faith under these conditions.
Mm-hmm.
But also like kind of reinforces how important it is to not to. So it's like it kind of shines a light on how literally like heroic the heroic characters are in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not just fighting the good fight. It's scary times. Everything was against them.
Scary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and can we talk about how much of a little bitch the captain is?
Please.
For polishing his own boots.
Fucking boot polisher.
You got all those dudes there. You're going to polish your own boots?
He's like, don't touch my boots.
I don't
They're
understand.
my boots.
I don't understand it, but that's okay.
He polishes his own boots.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you have somebody do that for you?
He's a bootlicker. Isn't that like a phrase for?
Oh, a bootlicker, yeah.
What is a bootlicker?
Well, it's funny because this movie's all about like disobedience and obeying and all that kind of stuff. Like that's like a big theme in this movie.
Mhm.
And a bootlicker is like somebody who just like does what they're told.
Blindly
You know,
obeys,
like-
yeah.
So like ICE agents are bootlickers.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's polishing it, because he wants to make sure, like, they're probably more likely to lick my boots if they're really clean.
People who support ICE agents are bootlickers.
Yes.
I think that he probably is polishing his own boots because he's a perfectionist and he doesn't want somebody to fuck them up.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the image of him, like how he wants to be remembered.
Oh, that's true.
And he doesn't trust other people to do it better than him.
Because I wonder at the end when he's stitching his own fucking mouth, like we've already established that there is a medic
Very good one, too.
in the town because like it just delivered the baby.
Didn't he kill him?
So like,
Didn't he kill the doctor?
no, there's like
at this point?
after he kills the doctor, then the mom is having the baby.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
and so he
I
says,
see.
go get the whatever the medic is for their.
That's a great
Well,
takeaway.
team.
He's polishing his own boots. He's stitching his own wounds.
Well, he's stitching his own wound because he's a man and he doesn't need anybody
it's
to do that
ego.
for
It's
him.
like, fuck you.
He's
like,
not Rambo.
Yeah, this doesn't hurt. What if he was Rambo?
I know that we'll get there, but I did love after he stitches it up and then he takes a drink of the
Yeah, his
like you can
bandage fills up.
feel the burn.
Yeah, because
That is
in my head, I was like, if he takes a drink of this and he's fine, like I'm gonna be pissed. You know, it's just such a small, like,
and the
nuanced
blood
thing.
fills it
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
horrible.
All right. Our third reveal. The fairy. The little stick bug that Ofelia sees at the
My
beginning.
name's Danny.
Now turns into a fairy. And I guess it would be, you know, Danny, I feel like you haven't said this in a long time, but we would be remiss. We would be remiss.
Oh,
We would be remiss. You say it.
Grimace.
We would be remiss.
We would be
to,
grimace. We would be grimace.
Grimace?
We would be
Yeah, from-
McDonald's.
Hummus?
We
We
would
would be hummus. We would be hummus
Hummus.
if we didn't mention the fact that at the beginning of this movie, it tells the story of this princess who was, she wanted to go to the human world. And when she did, she like died because she didn't belong there. And so now like she's being like, the kingdom waited for so long for her to be reborn and to give her a chance to come back into her kingdom. And so that's what this whole story is. And we are under the assumption that Ofelia is this princess that has to go through these tasks. So in our third reveal, that little bug that's been following her around turns into a fairy and leads her into this maze that she saw earlier.
Which, by the way,
Labyrinth?
has a
Labyrinth?
statue. And my only note was the statue is giving Ghostface. Did anyone notice that? Very Ghostface vibes.
No.
It's supposed to be a faun. It looks like Billy Loomis with a mask on.
It didn't look like the fucking mask. It just looked like Skeet Ulrich.
Looked like
Did he have ketchup on him?
I love that you reference scary movies. But like in Scream, he's like, corn syrup. Same thing they use as pig's blood in Carrie. And in Scary Movie, he's like, ketchup.
Ketchup.
The same thing I put on my hot dogs.
Hot Talk with the Boys. It's
Talk with
back.
the Boys.
2026. Let's go. Bratwurst. Brat Best.
Are you talking about the statue that has the bug coming out of it?
No, like I think Danny, you're talking about when
like
she's
an
entering a
archway
labyrinth.
over the
It's like an
lab-
arch.
Oh, okay,
And it's
okay,
like-
okay.
It's the fawn. Yeah.
Oh,
on top
yes.
of it. It
Not
does-
in the. No. There's like, yeah, no.
I was gonna say, boo boo, that is a stretch.
But this reveal actually leads us right into number 4, where we go into the labyrinth and she meets Fauno. Fauno.
Fauno. Hello, I'm Fauno.
No. A river derchi.
Arrivederci, baby.
Gorlami.
Oh, you're doing Inglourious Bastards. I'm thinking about
Yeah.
fucking Pee Wee Herman.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, this is.
But she goes
the
into
faun.
the labyrinth and meets the fawn, which
Yep.
is played by Doug Jones,
Mhm.
believe it or not.
His first and only appearance in a Guillermo del Toro movie. Just kidding. He's in all of them.
Yeah.
Well, most of them.
He said he'd been acting for like 20 years at this point when this movie was made. And
wow.
But he said like, he said like 95% of like his jobs are people searching him out to be like, hey, we need
a tall, skinny guy that can
we need
fit
a
in
tall,
this
skinny guy that can, yeah.
Yeah, and the Faun is, if for anyone who's unfamiliar, it's the character Pan, which is in the title Pan's Labyrinth, is a character from like old mythology. He's a god. Yeah, Peter Pan. Looking for his shadow. He's wearing a green tunic.
Well, and he calls her, he says that her name, he says Ophelia's name is really Princess Moana.
Oh my God.
And I know that like the story of Moana is like an ancient story. And so I was like, oh, are they like pulled from the same thing? They're not. They're different.
Oh.
That's like a Polynesian myth.
Okay.
The Disney one.
I wonder if there is some threading or inspiration.
I was really trying to put the pieces together.
Yeah.
But it didn't connect.
Well, I was disappointed because I know that this is a Spanish, it's in Spanish. Pan means bread in Spanish. I was hoping that the labyrinth was going to be made out of bread, but
Casey, I love that you're like starting this new workout routine where you have to like change your diet. So of course your brain goes to like, oh, I hope it's made out of bread.
Hell yeah, dude. Toasted bread.
Wouldn't it be cool if it was garlic bread?
There's that scene at the end where it's like where the captain is chasing Ofelia through the labyrinth and like the walls open up and she goes into the center and then it closes and he doesn't know where. In Casey's version, fucking the captain's chasing her and he comes around the corner and Ofelia is just like trying to gnaw through the bread on the wall to try to get through, and he's like, what are you doing?
I thought you were gonna say it was like it looks like when you're like peeling apart cheesy bread.
It does. That's what I was thinking when he started that too. Yeah.
We just want cheesy bread.
That's funny.
But no, Pan is he is a god. He's associated with nature in wilderness and fertility. You may have seen a lot of depictions of him, like I think it was A Midsummer Night's Dream. Even get a little bit of Pan in whatchamacallit, C.S. Lewis classic novel series,
Narnia?
Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. James McAvoy.
Tumnus
is a Pan-like character. Yeah, Mr. Tumnus is a Pan-like character. It's funny. I know I'm not going to go as deep into this as I did in a previous episode, which was, I believe, Terrifier 3. But this is a story much like other stories that I'm definitely going to bring up in a little bit, like Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz, which is about characters entering into a fairy realm, much like the Feywild, much like Dungeons and Dragons. And,
boy, I should have seen this coming.
So
this is why you picked the fairy tales.
Well, it's funny
you picked fairy tales.
But when we were picking the movie, Zach, I think it was you, made a joke. You were like, God damn it, Danny. You're like, you've been going on and on about Dungeons and Dragons. And then you pick like the most obscure, like non-traditional, like fairy movie. And I was like, touche. I was like, that's a fair point.
Now I don't want to get off track, but have you seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Danny?
Oh, yeah. Well, which one?
It's
most recent?
With Chris Pine.
Oh, I love it.
That was really good. That was a lot. I mean, I didn't realize it was going to be so funny.
Yes, it's hilarious.
That was great.
Which is a testament to Dungeons and Dragons as a game. I was just talking about this with someone where you have the dungeon master who crafts the world and the story, right? And then they spend so much time, weeks, maybe months, like developing locations and like characters that their players can meet, only for the players to like not focus on it and like just like fuck around the whole time. You're like, hey, don't you want to like go talk to that mysterious man in the purple cloak? It's like, no, I'm going to shoot fireballs at this tankard right here. It's like, God damn it. It's like, but that's going to open up the door. No, okay. But yeah, definitely it's giving Feywild, which I really appreciate.
What is this you're
yeah.
speaking of?
The Feywild is this realm in, I'm not sure if it's specific to D&D or if D&D kind of took this, but it's essentially kind of like a plane of existence that is like a mirror world to ours. So you have our realm, the normal realm for all intents and purposes. And then you have this mirror world, this other realm. There's a few others, or maybe there's two. There's one that's like the dark version of our world. And then there's one that's the literally like brighter version, but stranger. So very Alice in Wonderland. The rules of logic, of language, of space and time, like it doesn't quite fit by our rules. So to them, everything's fine. Like if you watch Alice in Wonderland, like the Cheshire Cat talking in riddles and disappearing and kind of being an asshole is like par for the course. Like that's very normal. And Alice being this straight-laced character questioning these things is very abnormal. So it's kind of what Ophelia is doing in this movie is very much that. Like it may not make sense, but to them, it's Ophelia who doesn't make sense. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Much like fascism.
But yeah, the fairies in this, I wonder if that's what the fairy actually looks like, or if that's what it just thinks that she wants it to look like.
I think that's it. I think it's like, how
Because
can we
she
be
sees the
more
book.
palatable to Ophelia? Because she loves fairy tales.
Well, if you don't think the fairies are real, I think it's just a stupid bug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had mentioned this earlier. My gut, whenever I'm watching this movie, is to default to that, where it's like, this is all to help this young girl digest the realities of all the horrible shit that's happening. I subscribe to that idea. I think it's a beautiful thing. But what I love about the movie is that it can also exist as a literal fantasy story. So I think whenever I walk out of this, I'm never like, oh, that was this or this. I think what's so fun about it is that I can read it as both, and that I am never quite like, oh, like I'm not like beholden to a takeaway, I guess.
Yeah. I just really love tragic endings. So
Yeah.
That's what I like to go with.
Because part of it is like, there's kind of like the dead giveaway where it's like the captain is following her through the labyrinth, and then he finds her, and we see her talking to the faun, but when he sees her, she's not talking to anybody. So you're kind of like, okay, this is her just living these fantasies so that she can get through day-to-day life. But he also just she also just drugged him.
Yeah. Well, if
so
then you'd think he would be seeing it.
Well, right. But he could be like, who's she talking to? You know what I mean? Because he's disoriented. And so I don't know.
It would have been cool if they did like a tree in front of her that kind of looked like it was kind of almost could be the faun.
Sure.
Well,
sure.
I would argue that if it is a real fantasy world, that, normal people can't just see them anyway.
Maybe it's her innocence. Maybe it's like that's
right.
Yeah. I mean, if she's actually from that world, then she can see things,
That's true. Yeah.
But other people.
Is Guillermo del Toro just a genius?
Yeah.
I think so.
Both of these takeaways. So like we're literally answering all of our own questions, which is just like like, oh, damn it.
Because there really is. I mean, like, you watch it and part of me wants that tragic ending, like Casey, that you like, because it's just like, I don't know, there's something to it. But then also it's like, yeah, this whole thing is real, and this was just her test to get back into the kingdom. And I don't know.
Well, it works on both ways, because it works for Ophelia to show, and also the audience to show, like, there is this, it's not just this world isn't the only world we have, but like this reality isn't the only reality that exists. Like living in this like fascist regime is not the only out, like that there are options, and you have to be able to be willing to see beyond that.
But you mean like figuratively like in the real world as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also like even more literal is by her having this tragic ending, it symbolizes because the hero and the villain die, and it's how they die that's important. And like her dying for this, like holding true to her values and doing the right thing sends like, it's such like it's like, in Star Wars, what do they say? It's like the spark that lit the fire that started the rebellion or whatever, or the resistance. She's a hero, you know, a tragic hero, but like,
they don't say it, I don't think, but to me, it's like her brother is the only part of her mom that she has left as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Which goes back to
it's tragic either way.
Just to tie back to this reveal is even the Faun is, we don't know this yet. We kind of like put it together at the end, is like, he is kind of testing her allegiance to fascism with this whole thing, is like, because he is kind of doing what what the bad guys are doing. It's like, you have to do this thing. You can't question it. You have to follow the rules. There will be there will be dire consequences. Like she fucks up once and he's like, you're done. You lost.
Well, right. In the last one, he literally says like, you're going to do this and you're not going to ask me any questions. And he says, I need you to go get your brother. And she says, but why? And he said, I told you, no questions.
Yep. Even they see on the little statue, the Faun is holding a baby, and he's like, why are you, she's like, why are you holding the baby? He's like, don't worry about it. And it's like, oh, like maybe he's going to eat her. Maybe he's going to eat him or kill him or something.
Yummy.
Well, you know, we talk about this movie. It's all about disobedience and obedience and obeying and everything. Just like what you guys are talking about now, the doctor, the good doctor who's working both sides, when he knows that he's been caught, whatever, by the captain, and he says like, why did you disobey me? And he has this great line where he says, to obey like that for the sake of obeying without questioning, only people like you can do that. Is what he says to the captain. It was such a great, I watched it like 3 times. I like rewound it like 3 times because it's like, it's so good.
And that's like the thesis for the movie is
right.
Yeah.
And so it is, you know, going into like with the Faun saying, you're going to do this no matter what, like, don't question me.
And we should clarify, just in case if you're listening to this and you haven't watched the movie, the things that the Faun is telling Ofelia is she's got to complete 3 tasks before the moon is full. And it's to basically prove that she isn't immortal so that she can go through this portal. It's the last portal to go into the this other world to be with her father.
Yeah. I would highly recommend,
tempting,
though, that you do watch the movie before listening.
Yeah.
Too late now.
I recommend you don't. And we
see what happened.
I've never seen the movie Memento, and I listened to a podcast about it today.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
It's of every movie that exists, I feel like that's the one movie where you can still go and be like, wow, they were talking about it. I was like, I'm not going to have a fucking clue, dude. Of all movies, it's like so complex.
No, but whether it's like, you know, her doing this fantasy thing to escape the world, or if she really is the princess, like either way, it's still a tragic ending, because even if she is the fucking princess that gets to the kingdom, like she still inhabited this little girl. Yeah. That like had loved ones and everything that like is just.
Yeah, she still went through that shitty life where her dad died and then her mom died.
Yeah, the little girl still died.
It's not like she's dreaming.
Right. So, man, guess that settles that.
Sucks the suck.
Well, it's interesting because in this, a lot of the stories that, I mean, we did Return to Oz and why am I blanking? What was the first movie? Company of Wolves. Company of Wolves less so, but like a lot of these stories are about characters who go down the rabbit hole and then come back. Like they've learned something. And in this case, it's not that. She fully submerges into the other world. She makes the ultimate sacrifice. And yeah, it's interesting because the next
Dorothy
time we see
was willing to make the ultimate sacrifice in Return to Oz. She did play the game at the end to try and find the Scarecrow, and if she lost, she would have stayed there forever.
Which is interesting because Return to Oz is a continuation of the Wizard of Oz, which is
No,
kind of
it's
showing
not.
that someone.
I mean, it is,
Not?
but yes, but it doesn't have to do with the movie The Wizard of Oz.
Oh no, I just mean like the character, like the fact that she entered into this realm, came back,
Oh,
and
yeah.
was still willing to go back, which
Mhm.
kind of like says a lot. So there's a growth process. There's Alice in Wonderland, who goes to the world and comes back. There's Dorothy, who goes to the world, comes back, and then goes back. And then there's Ofelia, who commits to the bit. But I thought it was interesting because we're talking about these other similar characters to Ofelia, and the dress that they give her was giving a lot of, it reminded me of Alice in Wonderland's outfit.
Yeah, for sure.
And then later spoiler alert, when she ends up in the fairy realm, for lack of a better name, she's wearing red shoes that reminded me of Dorothy's red slippers. So it's very like, I don't know, on the nose, but I like it.
Right. All right. Our fifth monster reveal. This is the fucking tree frog. So she has to take these what are the three little, like, just to put
like
something in
magic
his
stones.
mouth.
Yeah.
Magic stones.
Yeah.
And she has to go into this tree and convince the frog to just trick him to get him in his mouth.
You
then
will
he's gonna,
die, but
yeah, he's gonna barf up this fucking golden key. But what's funny is that this was supposed to be a whole different scene. They constructed this. Yeah. They constructed this big set that looked like like under a tree, where they could like move around, and the frog they were supposed to have like a physical encounter. They were supposed to like fight. And then she was supposed to somehow convince him to put the stones in his mouth, whatever. The effects in this movie, the makeup effects, were done by a company called DDT. And
isn't that a wrestling move?
Yeah. They assured Del Toro that the suit wouldn't be too heavy, but they got there and the frog showed up on set and it was too heavy for the person to move in.
Oh no.
And you can hear when Del Toro tells the story. This I heard that he said this in an interview. When he tells the story, you can hear the frustration in his face. He's like, I think he says like, he's like, when the goddamn frog arrived on the fucking set, like it was too heavy. So they had to rethink the whole scene. He said that was like on a Friday. On Monday, they decided they had also constructed like this tube, which she would crawl through, which was supposed to be her like going through the roots, right? Which you do see in the movie. And they're like, okay, we'll use that and we'll put the frog at the end and he just won't move. He'll just like be there and we'll figure it out. So that was the solution to that problem. But then the person in the practical frog suit, it was too small for them to move in that thing. So they basically had to replace this practical frog with a computer generated frog. So I think some elements of the frog in the movie are practical, but then like obviously you can see that it's.
Can you see this? Are there pictures of this practical?
That's a big time bummer.
I don't know. Yeah, this was in a video that I saw on YouTube, a making of documentary. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'm sure there's stills of it somewhere on.
Okay.
On,
what a bummer.
Somewhere.
It still works.
Yeah.
I think the scene, it's 2006. You can see the the visuals are a little dated, I guess. But it's so simple. I actually like the simplicity of it. It's very Coraline-y, like just crawling through the tube, the tunnel.
The tube.
And she still tricks him. Like, I mean, she thinks like, makes him think it's a little roly-poly.
I thought that was smart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I think we should point out is that there's a lot of parallels, like direct parallels between what's happening in the real world and then what's happening within these challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So like the idea of this frog or toad or whatever, infesting this beautiful tree and basically just feeding off of it. And like, as it dies and just ruining this like gorgeous piece of nature is like kind of a literal, connection to what this regime is doing in this land and just like in the, just in general. And then even goes so far as to when she does finally kill the frog, it like throws up this sack that immediately it looks like a placenta kind of.
Which is basically like it looks like its whole thing because then it deflates.
Yeah.
Ew.
But then like the mom is having the baby and she's having, so it's like, if you are going to look at this from purely it's all in Ophelia's head, is like, sure, maybe she doesn't know what a placenta is, but it's still just kind of, she's
taking real things that are being twisted into her
like
fantasy.
her brain is just kind of it's conflating all of these things together in the most horrific way.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
Oh God, when she fucking, as soon as you see her fucking shoes in the mud, I was like, oh no.
She's in trouble.
No. And then it just gets so much worse.
Yeah.
I know. Well, then they set it up where like she hangs. I was like, okay, at least she took the dress off before she went in, and only for
it starts to blow away. And
I know that's the most stressful scene in the movie.
Yeah.
She also like feel bad for the mom because you know how important that is to her. Of like she even said she's like, I would have been so like grateful for this as a kid. Like you don't know how lucky you are.
Well, she thinks that.
And then when she's in the she's in the tub and the mom's like, I'm so disappointed in you, like blah blah blah. I know the captain's disappointed in you too, and she's like more so than I am. The captain's more disappointed, and then Ofelia kind of has like a smile on her face, like good,
yeah.
Like, fuck that guy.
I'm willing to bet that the captain is glad that she didn't even show up to the dinner.
Yeah.
So.
I fucking can we just take a second to just? He sucks.
He sucks. Well, it's probably
He sucks.
That's probably the mom being like, that's what she wants.
Right.
Yeah.
She wants to think that the captain would be more disappointed because
yes, precisely.
She wants that.
She doesn't understand that the
family
captain
thing,
has no interest in her or her daughter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Ugh. Gross.
Damn. All right. The frog is dead.
That's one of those
6.
classic lines in cinema history. The frog is dead.
Frog is dead. Our 6th reveal, the Pale Man. Now, aside from the faun, this is kind of like the image that people think of when they
iconic
when you talk about Pan's Labyrinth. This is
so iconic that they did they spoofed it. Not spoofed it. They just referenced it in Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You
she's
did
doing
something
the thing with her
iconic
eyes.
if it's in Bob's Burgers.
And Bob's like, it's so upsetting. He's like, I don't like looking at it.
But yeah, the faun tells her that she needs to like go into this room, don't eat anything, get the fucking thing from the fucking thing with the key, and just don't eat anything and get out before the hourglass closes.
Which again, to kind of draw that parallel, is they just showed that the Captain Vidal is basically saying like, we're going to limit the supply of food that we're giving to people even more than we already are, because we're afraid that they're giving the food and all these resources to the soldiers out in the woods who are fighting them.
Yeah.
So then you have like
they're
this
about
monster.
to waste a huge table full of food.
Oh my! When that priest is just like shoveling down food and then says something about like you just see him justifying it. He's like, well, their souls are already accepted into God's kingdom, so their bodies are just do with them what you will.
Yeah.
As he's like just shoveling meat and potatoes into his mouth.
Good stuff.
It's like so frustrating, but I love that Del Toro does that and just like really reinforces it and doesn't shy away from it.
And the time thing could also be because he's always the watch and the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, everything's like so regimented.
And the chalk outline is probably Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah. He's got such a finger on the pulse of like where the world was at the time. And like a lot of people forget, like when you read history books, they always leave out Beetlejuice. He was kind of present throughout history. Which actually, I think in Beetlejuice,
he's always been there.
Show.
People just don't call him,
Yeah. Yeah, when the pan said, he's like, you have a choice. You either have 3 tasks or you have to say this name 3 times. And she was like, give me the task, baby.
Give me the task. I haven't saying that name.
Yeah, and then she eats 3 grapes.
Yeah. So we see that the pale man, like, you see the paintings on the wall, and he's like, he like eats babies.
Baby eater, yeah.
And so you already know that he doesn't give a fuck. Like, she's going to eat something, and that she's going to be, he has like no mercy, right? So she eats the fucking grapes, and he puts his eyeballs in, why are they on his plate?
It's a good question, because I feel like none of this is accident. It's not just there for flair, like visual flair. I feel like there's a point. So it's curious to think, like, why are his eyes in his hands? I feel like there's some kind of symbolism there that's going over my head a little bit.
Well, if we think that he was representing like the captain at the end of the table, then I don't know. Then think about
like your hands,
seeing things,
or like control, like he's controlling it, and he's seeing it in his eyes and hands, and eyes are the windows of the soul.
And he's eating with his eyes before,
his eyes are bigger than his stomach.
There's all that food on the table, and his eyes, his
are
eyes
bigger than his stomach.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you
my.
go.
We got it. We did it, Guillermo.
Probably not.
We did justice to your character.
We could have done a worse one, I think. So,
but I'm sure there's something to do with, like, he is blind and he only sees. There's like something there, and it's just out of reach.
Well, he's blind, but he only sees once somebody does something against him.
Yeah,
he's
once
like
she
wronged,
eats the food
right?
that she's not supposed to eat. Yeah.
So when someone disobeys, then he can see.
Well, he's also like incredibly thin, which would mean he has all of this food, but he doesn't eat it. He just has it to show people that he can.
Oh, so you're saying his eyes are literally bigger than his stomach?
I mean, I don't know. I was just saying, you were talking and I was thinking about something else. And so I know that doesn't relate to it, but that was what I was just thinking about. Sorry. But
no,
I mean, he is really thin.
I think
he's hoarding all this food that he's not eating.
That's a great parallel, though, because
nobody else is allowed to eat it.
He's a hoarder.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of eating the food, he eats berries and babies, like fascists. They eat babies, right?
Well, that's how you know they're fascists. Fascism is Latin for baby eater.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's the hand that's throwing me, because it's sort of like selective vision. Like you said, he only sees when he's kind of like woken up because she did something wrong.
It's like when they say if you masturbate too much, you're gonna grow hair on your palms. If you fascist too much, you're gonna grow eyes
eyeballs
in your palm.
He's just jerking that fascist dick too much.
Can I read you the Google?
Your balls are gonna go to your hands.
You don't get hair, your balls go in your hands.
Ew.
Well, testicles are the windows to the.
Dude, you couldn't fucking clap anymore.
Oh, you're always getting punched in the balls.
Oh yeah, you do this
every time that's why fascists are so unhappy, because they can't just like appreciate art, because every time they do it's like getting kicked in the nuts.
Yep.
The pale man in Pan's Labyrinth symbolizes institutional evil, fascism, and gluttony, representing oppressive forces like the church or fascist regimes that feed on the innocent and helpless, mirroring Captain Vidal's cruelty. Inspired by Goya's Saturn devouring his son. Do you guys know what that is? Saturn devouring his son. It's a famous.
It's like a god.
It's a famous piece of art. It is so fucking cool. He sits at the feast but doesn't touch, a metaphor for authorities hoarding resources while the populace starves, punishing those tempted by forbidden fruit.
Oh, yes. I've seen that. But yeah.
Like a car, like a Saturn.
Yes.
I didn't know they had babies.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I thought I was onto something, but with the fucking palms. Fucking like.
With the balls in the palms? You thought you were on something?
No, the fucking. like crucifix, like Jesus, like.
Oh,
well, it could be that too.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely something there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very on the nose. Like Catholicism is directly referenced in this movie. with the concept of like feasting and hoarding, and then we go to this scene.
Yeah.
I don't think I think there's something 100% there.
It's probably balls in the hands.
You might be able to do more. That was just the first thing that people came up with. I'm sure there's more.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so she eats the grapes. She gets 2 fucking fairies killed in the process.
That always bums me out.
Yeah. And she's running away. No, okay. So she goes to, the timer runs out, right? And the door shuts. And why does she have to draw a fucking another
on the ceiling
door on the ceiling?
I don't know. I wondered that.
What do you mean?
Because like she goes to draw another door and she like drops, like the chalk breaks or something.
Well,
so then she like has to do this balancing act to do the on the ceiling. Why can't she just?
I think maybe she had a second to think about it, and it's easier for her. It would be harder for him to get out. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But also, she has some incredible upper body strength.
I know.
Yeah.
To pull herself up through there.
Right.
Oh, yeah, because he wouldn't be able to because he's got his eyes on his hands, so he wouldn't be able to like pull himself up because it would hurt his.
Right. She could also put more of her weight to close it because she could just stand on it versus pushing it closed.
True.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
But,
yeah.
You heard it here, folks. We figured it out. 20 years people have been trying to wonder why? Ceiling doors? Where do you stand on ceiling doors? Let us know in the comments. And smash that like button.
Stand on them to close them.
Oh, God. The fucking pale man. Let's see.
More like hungry,
so this is where we, at this point in the movie, this is where, I was going to say, this is where the doctor says, if you have to choose, he's telling the captain's telling the doctor, if you have to choose one or the other, save the baby and kill the mom or like let her die, and so like Ofelia is under the bed when she hears this, and then she like, this fucking broke me when she like gets up above, she gets out from under the bed and she like leans and she's talking to her brother in the womb, and she's like, I just have to ask you this favor, like, don't hurt my mom, and like, if you come out, I'll make you a prince in my kingdom. And I was like, oh my God, the fucking waterworks that were coming out of my eyes.
Oh, Zach.
Dude. But what we have not talked about yet is the mandrake root. Right? The faun tells her to put this mandrake root in a bowl of fresh milk and give it two drops of blood every day and put it under the bed, and it'll help the mom get better.
We got the strawberry yogurt again. Yep. Blood milk.
Milk mixed with
Why does this keep showing up? What is it with horror movies lately?
Yeah.
Horror movies are being weird. Well, it grosses
people out. Although this one wasn't that gross. The blood didn't directly mix with the milk.
Really see it.
Yeah. It's the second in this triple feature, and it's like the 17th in our run.
Dude, that's so gross.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but like when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, like what the fuck? Yeah.
Well, no. So this actually ties into the point I'm going to make, or not a point, but a story I'm going to tell.
Better be a good point.
The whole reason that like the milk and the blood thing disgusts me so much, it all comes from the fucking movie Dodgeball, right? I told you guys when we started this, when like the first time we saw this in a movie, I said, there's a scene in Dodgeball when they're trying to figure out how to make money. And the one guy says, we can sell blood and semen.
Oh yeah.
And then someone says like, ew, or something. And the guy says, what? Not mixed together.
Not mixed.
Yeah. And like when he says that, my stomach churns. And so, then we had all these movies where we saw like the milk and the blood and all the white substance in blood. And it's just so gross. According to Del Toro.
Got like a chill.
It's terrible. According to Del Toro, the early origins of the myth of the mandrake said that the mandrake was born out of the semen of the hanged men from the gallows. So they would get hung, they would ejaculate, and the semen would seep into the ground and create this mandrake root.
Why are they ejaculating after they die?
Well, maybe it's
Don't
guys
know.
who like,
This is
who
straight
like
from Del
bondage or
Toro
something.
himself.
Maybe those
You
are
think
bondage
every man that
things.
was hanged is into autoerotic asphyxiation?
Well, I know that like, when you die, like your bowels and stuff.
Yeah, but
like
not your
everything was-
semen.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. Like,
You
I was like, I don't know if that, I don't
No.
think that happened.
No, you
poop
gotta
your
work for
pants,
that.
and you bust a nut.
Two of life's greatest pleasures.
God gives us those two reliefs.
Two
At
final when you die.
A good poop and a good nut. Ugh. Humans are
Oh my
disgusting. We need the Feywild to take over.
Hmm.
The rules of our reality are so disgusting.
Oh God.
So that's a horrible origin story for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, yo, Mandrake,
So-
werewolf, where did you come from? It's like, I got bit by a wolf, if I see a full moon, I transform, a silver bullet to kill me. How about you, Mandrake? This dude got hanged, nutted, and here I am, bro. Throw me in a tub of milk and give me some blood and I'll make you feel good.
It's absolutely
That's also on your
horrible.
grinder. Throw me in a tub of milk, give me some blood, I'll make you feel good.
Stop, you guys.
Oh,
God.
that's funny.
Just awful.
Mhm.
All right. This is not the end of the movie, but we do only have one more reveal. This is the one of the captured freedom fighters, and he gets interrogated, you could say, by the captain. And this is our 7th reveal. Just
This scene broke me.
Yeah. Horrible scene. But in this one, this is where the pieces are starting to come together for the captain, and because he finds the antibiotic and this and that, and he realizes it's the doctor that's been helping
That's kind of jumping to conclusions. Does he think that man is the only doctor who keeps antibiotics in that vial?
I was thinking that too. Like, what if it was like a modern movie and he finds like a generic bottle of Motrin and then he holds it up to another generic bottle of Motrin and he's like, oh my, it's conspiracy.
It might just have been, they actually looked slightly different to me, the bottle. One of them
They
looked
did,
slightly
yeah.
shorter. Yeah. So I was like, they're not even exactly the same.
So maybe that's the point, is like he is kind of just
Maybe.
finding convenience.
Right. Just so
'Cause
happens
he does
to be
something
right.
earlier. Now I'm forgetting. He does something earlier that kind of is a little, maybe it's the rabbit scene where it's just sort of like,
Yeah.
it's convenient for him to just be like, you guys are bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
He doesn't
well,
have a problem
yeah.
getting
Yeah,
rid of people anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just looking for excuses to inflict pain.
yeah.
Right.
But yeah, the
And
guy.
then, but I was so mad though at the fucking dumbass fucking freedom fighters for using the key
Mm.
and not
And
breaking
she
the
told
lock.
him, she's like, careful, he's expecting this.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they do it. I'm like, God damn it.
Are the freedom fighters the real monster? No, I'm kidding.
No, it's just so frustrating.
Frustrating.
But yeah, this is he uses his
Well, this is like the first time that one of the freedom fighters actually meets Captain Vidal. Where there's like this sort of back and forth. We know that they're enemies, but this is the first time we have one of them like directly captured. And of course, it's the one who's the most. We meet him earlier. He stutters, so he's the most, I don't know, sympathetic, I guess, just based just like at face value, based on what who we've met.
Oh, do we meet him earlier, like when they're about to amputate that dude's leg?
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, when they're cutting off his leg, not this guy, but the other guy, and he's about to do it, and then the guy's like, wait.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he's like saying goodbye.
Yeah, it's like, this is my
leg.
last moment with a leg. So
And he's just like, okay, here we go. That was rough. Yeah, the doctor, when he kind of puts this poor freedom fighter out of his misery. by giving him
the guy
shot.
when he says he's so ashamed of himself, his whole face, he's literally, his hands are like split down the middle. His his eyes are swollen shut. And all he's upset about is he says the fact that he talked.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't say much, but I did talk. And it's just like, he's just such like a good person. And his values are so ridiculously higher than any of these knuckleheads that we've met at Vidal's camp.
Knucklehead.
And the fact that the doctor puts him out of his misery. I don't know. I hate it when, I can't think of a movie specifically, but like when you know that like just being put out of your misery and killed is the better alternative. And it just puts everything into context of how sad that reality is, that like you don't even question it. You're like, yeah, kill him.
Right.
Like, let's end this.
Yeah.
And then when you zoom out, it's just, how did we get here?
Mm-hmm. Good God.
Horrible.
Danny, why did we watch this movie?
We're watching next week Pan's Labyrinth 2, The Return of Captain Vidal. But yeah, I mean, this is basically it. It just ends up being like a final fight to the finish. Pan, or I keep saying Pan. The Faun gives Ofelia a second chance. And
Mercedes
resists.
Mercedes gets caught.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And she gives Captain Vidal Sassoon a little makeover.
Mm-hmm.
The Glasgow smile.
Like, hair today, sliced tonight.
This is another one of those moments where I'm like so
you
frustrated at somebody in the movie, much like the freedom fighters for not using using the key. Why did she not kill him?
I know.
Well, I don't want to say that, it's okay that she didn't kill him, but she certainly killed a part of him. She certainly killed a big part of his ego by not only fucking him up and getting away, but like destroying his face.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. But like, I mean, like she had the opportunity to literally kill him and she would have had a much better chance of getting away.
Do you think it's something to do with like just that
they started
face
chasing
value?
after her anyway?
Yeah. Maybe it's something to do with like telling the audience that she's not as easily capable of taking someone's life, even if it is to do the, for the greater good, which is like a testament to like the idea of like innocence. Like she can't do it as much as it'll help her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I thought the same thing. I was like, just one more little, I love the way, by the way, how Guillermo del Toro shows violence. It's I don't know, like you always think of like a traditional movie. There's something about the way that like a character stabbed in like any other movie versus how they're stabbed in this particular scene, where she's not going for like the obvious parts. It's just sort of instinctual. Like, like it's more jabs, like in his arm, in his forearm, in his chest, it's in his face. It's, I don't know. It's all, it feels so real.
She should have, gone for the neck though.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe the blade ran out of ammo.
Yeah. Yeah. The blade ran out of ammo.
She's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
It took me a minute because I thought I was thinking like Blade, like the man, like Blade ran out of ammo.
You hear it, she goes to stab and you hear like when a gun like won't click anymore.
Shit.
It's like a switchblade, but she switches it and it's a comb.
Well, Vidal Sassoon would have an extra comb lying around.
That's funny. Okay, well then, like you said, this is pretty much, we're getting to the end here. Ophelia's given another chance. She takes, she sneaks into the captain's office to get her brother, and she also drugs him. She puts the medicine that the doctor gave the mom to help her sleep. She puts like a whole bunch in his drink. And now when he's chasing her, he's all loopy. Get to the thing. She doesn't give up the baby to the Faun, but the captain comes, takes the baby, shoots Ofelia, and then they kill the captain, and boom, bam, bing, bing, bang, boom. Here we are.
Yep,
roll credits. That's it.
But not before Ofelia either goes to her kingdom or she goes to heaven, whichever one you
or hell, because he does say the faun does say like it's the 7 circles of his garden or something like that. It's just yeah, boy. I guess he's got this horns and
her mom is there and her dad is there.
Yeah, and the mom, this is what confused me, not a whole lot, but a little bit. It looks like the mom's holding a baby.
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah.
But the brother is still alive, so that makes me think that it is a real the fantasy fairy tale thing is real because the brother's still alive. He's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But if you don't believe that it's heaven or hell and it's just something she's made up entirely, she wants her brother to be with her.
And in these, if we're playing by the rules of like the Feywild, it is like a mirror of our world. So,
so
it
that
could
would
just
all
be
there.
that these, like the mom, maybe they all did die. Damn it. No. Like, is this like her mother died, but this is now like the mirror version of her mother who still is her.
Who is still alive.
Yeah. But so like the brother, everything. So I don't know why the rule wouldn't apply to Ofelia, or maybe it does. Maybe it opens up like a consciousness to that. Like if you die in this physical realm, your consciousness opens up, like you still existed in that other one. But I guess Ofelia would, based on the story that they told, she actually did leave physically, the princess. So that's the differentiation factor for her, is like she actually did leave. So even if these are the mirror realm versions of her family, who still acknowledge her as family, okay. I think that makes sense. If we are playing by the rules of like the literal rules.
All right, so that's the movie. Now let's go over and choose our favorite reveals in Pan's Labyrinth. All right, speed round recap. Here we go. Number 1, Ofelia and Carmen arrive and meet the captain. Number 2, the farmers meet the captain. Also,
I feel like this will be very tasteful considering.
Number 2, the farmers meet.
I love this.
Do it.
Number 2, the farmers meet the captain, also known as "We Are Farmers." Bum 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 bum.
That's pretty good. I thought you were going to do, because Bugs Bunny, I thought you were going to be like, "That's all, folks."
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't.
I was going to do something about hunting wabbits, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. Number 3, the stick bug turns into a fairy. Number 4, the faun in the labyrinth. Number 5, the frog in the tree. Number 6, the pale man. And number 7, the captured freedom fighter meets Captain Vidal Sassoon. All right, Danny, this was your pick for Scary Tales, so let's go ahead and start with you. What's your favorite reveal?
I didn't struggle on this one, but I was between 2. But I am going to go with, even though he's not a bad monster, I'm going to go with when we meet the faun.
Yeah.
We set up the story. It's such an iconic performance. The visuals are so good. I think we didn't gloss over. We just didn't linger on like just the little like physical mannerisms and features of the faun that are just so strange and kind of like discomforting. Like when he keeps like shaking and but strange
because,
in the best way.
You were mentioning some things like Narnia, where there's like a faun in that.
Mm-hmm.
One of the key differences in this one is that he's like part tree. He's
it's like very much a part of nature.
Mm-hmm.
We established too that like he is a monster just as like the general definition of a monster, not like the antagonist of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he does look like a bad guy. Like he doesn't look like something you would want to.
You don't automatically trust him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's multiple moments in this movie where he gives you the sense of like, oh shit, okay,
don't cross him.
I shouldn't have trusted you. You are
right.
That he could turn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing too with characters from like creatures or beings from the Feywild is there is a lot of trickery involved. Not everything is at face value. So the idea of him like trying to convince her of something, which I guess to a point, like he does kind of, it's more of a test, but you could argue it's also kind of doubles as a trick where it's like he wants her to not obey him in the final task.
Right.
which is
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this. I love the performance. I love Doug Jones. I think Pan's Labyrinth is a masterpiece, and I think this character, this titular character,
Dougie.
does all the heavy lift in here.
Casey, what do you got?
I think the Pale Man.
Okay.
Because it is very iconic as well. It's such a small part of the movie.
Yeah.
But it is one of the parts that everybody knows. And, you know, we talked a little bit more about the meanings behind this scene. And, you know, when I was younger and I watched it, I was just like, oh, how spooky.
Yeah.
But, you know, now you understand the parallels and, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm with you on that for the, you know, for like the same reasons.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Pale Man. Yeah, I guess I don't have much else to add. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just like the vibe of it and the just the iconic nature of the whole thing, where it just somehow that cemented itself as like the visual.
Right.
I love, like, I say I love the captain. Like, I love how
love
much
the captain.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is, like, I love how good of a bad guy he is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just absolutely awful, and you hate him so much.
Horrible.
And that's what I love about it. You know what I mean? But, I mean, his reveals in this movie are kind of just, I mean, you already know right out of like, our first official reveal isn't really much of a reveal because you just know he's a bad guy.
Well, how about this? We don't give him the prize, but we kind of give him the participatory prize. Sort of like if, for example, like if someone were to win like the Nobel Peace Prize and then handed it to someone as a gesture of good faith, and then they accepted it and then kind of acted as though they earned it or actually accepted it. Sort of like that. It's like
kind of like that. Yeah. I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that would be fucking so embarrassing if that would be embarrassing if that actually happened.
Yeah.
So
it would be one of those things that if it happened and people didn't question it, you would start to wonder if everyone has just lost their fucking minds.
Yeah. Real.
Because it's unjustifiable and it's insane behavior. But thankfully, it's a fantasy movie.
Let's hope we don't ever get there.
Yeah,
you know?
We won't.
All right. Well, speaking of that, now it's time for our next segment that we like to call The Real Monster.
I'll say my real monster is not to beat a dead horse or a dead rabbit. It's people who accept participatory awards without earning it. Oh, also fascists. Fascists are the real monsters.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's 2026 and we're having this conversation, guys.
Casey, what do you got?
Crazy.
You know, I don't know. I guess it's Ofelia for eating grapes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because you were told not to.
Because she was told not to.
Times, and there was a whole table full of other food.
Just obey.
And you chose just obey. No,
just obey.
You know, I mean, if somebody tells you if you do this, something bad is going to happen, that's different than just obeying. I mean, that's really not a hard thing to, you know, that's literally her just obeying would literally just be her selfishness at that point.
Because the fairies do die as a result.
Yeah, it's just just don't eat a couple grapes. Just don't eat the grapes.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, don't look at these people or don't help these people as they're dying, you know. Yeah. Just don't eat the grapes.
We got grapes at home.
But she could have eaten something far better on that table.
I think that's the true.
If you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Grapes.
Oh, you know what I saw on that table that is so gross to me? What? And like, I know it's like a thing, but it's like a ham with like slices of pineapple on the top.
Dude.
I hate seeing that
she,
like, fucking
grabbed a piece of pineapple and just like was like dipping it in the ham juice. Like, Ofelia, what the
What if she just took the toothpicks and put the cherry and the pineapple in her palms like they were her eyes, and she like faked them out, and she's like, look, I'm the same as you.
He's like, wow. He's like, that's all he wanted in the end was family.
That's right. Why do you think he keeps eating babies? He doesn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
That is
He
what I
wants-
do whenever I find myself lost in life. I'm like, I hate
Eat a
another
baby.
fucking baby. God damn it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I've got two real monsters. I've got fascism, obviously, and the second one is the mom, Carmen,
Yeah.
for two reasons. One, for telling Ofelia that she's too old to fill her head with the nonsense of fairy tales.
I don't like
Get out
that.
of here, Carmen.
Get out of here, Carmen.
Like
Go
Robin
back to
Williams said,
San
never let that
Diego.
spark of creativity burn out.
Mm-hmm. And number two, more importantly, for making Ofelia call the captain father by saying it's just a word.
Yeah.
It is not just like, well, that's a whole other, that's a whole other argument.
Yeah, like she's trying to protect her, but
About words and their meaning.
not
But,
the right lesson.
Yeah.
Like I hate that argument of like things are just words.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
It's like, yeah,
Words
like
have a lot
words
of
are
weight to them.
everything.
Yeah, that's all we have.
What we
is
have,
words.
Yeah, language and
Communicate.
we don't call it
Communication.
that just to call it. We call
You know?
it so that it's an insane statement.
Yeah. So anyways, that's why the mom is the real monster. Although in reality,
Go
not
back
really
to
like
San
the mom
Diego.
character. Okay. Our last segment. Would you survive?
I said, I hope
don't
not.
know. Yeah.
I want to go to the Feywild with Ofelia and her family.
So you want to get shot by Captain Sassoon?
Specifically, that death. Yes.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to say. I guess we'll find out if we survive since we're in the situation now. So
Yeah, exactly. See
This
you guys
is
in the Feywild. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I can't say, to be honest. This one's not.
because you want to be like, oh yeah, I'd be one of the freedom fighters, and that's like,
No,
Yeah.
my will to live is not that.
oh, that's right,
We've talked about that.
that's right. You just want that pineapple on that ham juice.
I don't even eat ham, But, like-
hammy pineapple.
but I used to love ham. So
And pineapple really?
yeah, you never eaten a Hawaiian pizza?
That's my
Oh,
husband's
God,
favorite
no.
pizza.
Oh, so good.
Never. I
Mhm.
do not like pineapple.
It was my
All
favorite.
right, over Christmas, I wanted to make a beef Wellington, which is like considered like a luxury, you know?
Eh.
And I'm like, here, I'm going to make it for them. And they said, no one wanted to eat it. But then when you find out that all of his and his brother's favorite pizzas are pineapple pizza with ham on it, I'm like, okay, I don't know how I can trust your judgment on food.
Yeah.
So
Well-
I actually don't feel bad anymore for you turning
You
it down.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, a beef Wellington is, a bunch of mushrooms and a giant piece of beef.
It's a big
doesn't
fancy
sound
hot
appealing.
dog. It's a big fancy corn dog.
It doesn't
Corn
sound
dog
appealing
talking
to
with the
me.
boys.
I do like a big hot
Zach,
dog.
have you ever had a beef Wellington?
Uh-uh.
I
I'll
do
make
like a
you
big
one.
hot dog.
It's literally a fancy corn dog. It's so good.
A fancy
It's
corn
so
dog.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, like, just to be clear, like, I'm a hot dog guy.
Yeah.
Not so, like, corn dogs are fine. I don't
Mhm.
mind eating them, but like, I'd rather just have a hot dog than a corn dog.
It is a giant piece of pastry covered with like this mushroom mixture, and then you roll a giant piece of beef with it.
And there's pancetta.
Oh, that's
Or
right.
prosciutto,
You use a
pancetta.
layer of pancetta around it.
It is, and a little mustard, but you don't really taste the mustard. It just kind of adds to it is, I'm going to send you some pictures.
Well,
Maybe I'll
I'm
put it
gonna-
on socials. Listeners, you tell us, do you prefer?
Do you want to see Danny's beef Wellington?
Can I show you my beef Wellington? Do you like a beef Wellington or a corn dog, or are they the same? Vote below and smash that subscribe button.
All right. Well, you guys, that's Pan's Labyrinth. That is our final entry in
Oh.
our Scary Tales triple feature.
Wow.
So you know what that means.
Oh shit!
What's it
Dude.
mean?
It's time to announce our newest triple feature.
Oh,
That's right.
my God.
Are you guys ready?
I'm excited.
Yes.
Are you guys ready for me to tell you what it is?
Yeah. What is
Because
the
I
name?
changed it.
Oh, did we? Oh,
I did, yeah.
Okay.
It's Lord of the Rings. And so
Oh, get
Zach,
fucked.
Zach, you do the Fellowship. I'll do the Two Towers. Danny takes Return of the King. That way we stay in order.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
great.
I got the ghost.
No,
I'm happy with that.
no, it is actually
This is one of our more, we should preface, this is our more like, we tend to like goof around on the show. This is one where we were like, let's be a little more serious with the
right.
naming.
And so the name of the triple feature is it Dicks for Christ? Is that?
I think it was it was either Dicks and Devils or Devils and Dicks.
Oh yeah, Dicks
Devils
and
and
Devils.
Dicks.
Devils and Dicks.
Dicks for
Which one
Christ.
sounds better, Dicks and Devils or Devils and Dicks?
I think my brain goes to Devils and Dicks because there is a Springsteen album called Devils and Dust.
Oh,
Done.
Devils and
And
Dicks
so,
is
Love
fine.
it.
I think that's where my brain said Devils and Dicks.
Love it.
The name of the triple feature is Devils and Dicks, and it has to do with Satan, the devil, and Dicks, as in some sort of detective or police
Yeah.
officer or
So
something.
they
it's
were
like
doing like
religious-
procedural mysteries associated with Satan.
With
Yeah,
some kind of
not-
Satan or religion.
Not very like
Yeah.
niche at all or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Very broad.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Casey, this is your pick for our triple feature. You picked the triple feature idea. My pick for this is going to be The Exorcist 3.
Ah, yes. Great
So-
point. A great point. Great movie.
Great.
Great
Great
point.
point.
Thanks,
Great point,
Danny.
Zach.
Thank you.
point.
Thank you.
And then I'll be coming in hot with 7.
Oof.
Ooh.
And I'm going to be coming in slow.
Danny, what could we got two heavy hitters,
Yeah, like
great
super.
cult followings, great
Yeah, yeah,
fan
yeah.
favorites. What are we going to
Yeah,
round out
what's your
this
pick?
Well, I was
perfect
gonna-
triple feature
I
with?
was trying to find something that at first like really fit into it. And then I discovered this title, which I had heard of and I never knew.
discovered a movie that no one's ever seen before.
Well, I never knew it was like this. I didn't know it was about Devils and Dicks. And it is a little like religious drama, but it isn't. It's actually about like killings and the Satan and all that. It's called The Name of the Rose with Sean Connery.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
I was like, I either go like, I meet you guys on like tonally, like we're doing like that, or do I just kind of like subvert and we do something like a little different?
Yeah, like if it was like Fallen, it wouldn't have been like my favorite triple feature ever. Or anything like that.
I picked the next triple feature and it's movies called Fallen.
Oh, great.
So
Perfect.
I wanted to save it.
Great.
Okay, here we go. This is the Danny's pick, The Name of the Rose. This is the IMDb synopsis.
Oh no.
An intellectually nonconformist friar.
Okay, I'm hooked.
Look at the
An
poster on IMDb.
Does he have the Friar Tuck haircut?
I have never
doesn't.
seen this poster.
The poster is something. Oh my God. An intellectually nonconformist friar investigates a series of mysterious deaths in an isolated abbey.
So it
Danny.
fits. I made sure I did a lot of deep digging on this because I was like, does this really fit? And from what I was told, this is very much like, it's like an old fashioned it's a medieval version of Seven, basically.
Right. So the friar is the dick.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Christian
Yeah.
Slater is the second Build cast member.
All right. See, and then what's his fart is what's his name? I can't
What's
think of the
his
actor
part?
who plays? Oh, we do have Ron Perlman's in it of Guillermo
Okay.
del Toro lore. But who's the
Okay.
F. Murray Abraham, who was in 13 Ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
The tagline for the movie is "Who in the name of God is getting away with murder?"
Oh, boy.
All right, let me see. I'm going to read this
Oh,
from
boy.
Google. In the 14th century, William of Baskerville, a renowned Franciscan monk, and his apprentice, Adso of Milk, travel to an abbey where a suspicious death has occurred. Using his deductive powers, like a dick,
Like a dick. Yeah.
deductive powers, William begins investigating what he believes to be murder. During the course of an investigation, several more monks wind up dead. With fear running through the abbey, the church leaders call forth. Okay, I don't know. I saw some visuals. The trailer was spooky. I'm either going to be
I know my
very,
real monster already without watching the movie.
the hair.
Yep.
Vidal Sassoon would never.
Christian Slater's a bowl cut.
Oh my God.
I'm
All
kind
right,
of
well,
like,
that's-
I feel like we're hyping this up. This is going to be the best episode of the year. and will 100% win the monster ranking for 2026.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, what's his name? Made it to the finals this year. What's his name from Ghosts of Mars? Big Daddy Mars.
Yeah, Big Daddy Mars.
Big Daddy Mars made it to the final.
He deserved
top 5
it.
or something. I don't know.
He deserved
So
it.
I mean, you never know.
All right. Well, that's going to be cool. Yeah. So we got The Exorcist 3, 7, and Friar Tuck. That's James Bond.
Friar Tuck is a good name for a drag queen.
It is, yeah.
Like, don't even change it. It's Friar Tuck.
Yep.
Or Friar Tucks.
Mm-hmm.
Friar Tucks. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on our Scary Tales triple feature. Make sure to follow How I Met Your Monster on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Patreon. Where can our listeners find you two on social media?
I am on Instagram at Wolf Mother Casey.
Awesome. Danny?
You can find me on Instagram, Letterboxd, and Blue Sky at my name, Danny Salem. That's DANNYSALEMME. That's 2 M's, like the candy. Melt in your butt, not in your hands.
Wonderful. I love it. And you can find me on social media at Zach Winsick. Make sure to join us for Devils and Dicks. And until then, thank you all for listening. Now go meet some monsters.